Admit all. Go and bring your copies. Go and bring your, extra notebook to note down important stuff that I tell you. Okay. So let's start. This is our lecture 3, English Literature, grade 9. The book that we are going to study is Secondary Stage Book 1 for class 9th, and I am your teacher. You already know me. I am Aksa Iram Sakib. Okay, so this is lesson 2, Shah Abdul Latif, page 7. Beta, see if you have, and if you get any question to ask me, if you have anything to ask me, wait for me to ask you people to ask me. Don't ask me anything unless I tell you to. After every slide, I'll give you time to ask me stuff related to it. Okay? If you keep asking me questions in the middle of the lesson, then I'll get distracted. After every slide, I'll ask you people if you have got anything to, any questions or any confusions. Because when I get messages in the chat, don't even write okay. Okay, because when I start getting messages and that thing starts flashing, it distracts me, and the deep inside my heart, even if I want to, even if I try to ignore that thing, but deep inside me there is something telling me to open the chat and read what people have got to ask. And I don't want to do that, because when I start reading your chat, I keep forgetting the things that I've got to tell you, and I, keep being distracted. Is that clear? Okay, don't write okay in the chat. That's fine. Let's move on to the lesson. The lesson that we're going to study is, again, there is a message. Miss Ka, you tell my roll number. Can I tell you? Beta, your roll number is there in your result pack. Okay? Okay. Again, we have a message. Thank you. You're always welcome. Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai. Who is Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai? He is Sindhi philosopher, Sufi scholar, a mystic, saint. A mystic is a person who, spends most of his time in religion. Saint and poet. He is considered to be the greatest Muslim poet of the Sindhi language. He is the greatest Muslim poet of the Sindhi language, and he is also known as the poet of Sindh. He is also known as the poet of Sindh. Is that clear? There's nothing to be confused about in this. This is the picture of his shrine. This is Latif's shrine, Dargah. Bhit Shah, it's in Bhit Shah, Matiari, Sindh. His shrine is in Bhit Shah, Matiari, Sindh. Okay. Before we start reading, this time we will not be, reading paragraph wise. We'll read 3 to 4 paragraphs at a time, and then I'll explain those paragraphs alongside reading. But before we start reading the paragraphs, let's go through the meanings of difficult words that are used in those paragraphs, so that it's not difficult for us to go through it, to understand it. Okay? So the first difficult word from the first 3 paragraphs, I believe, is the first word is peace. Peace. It is freedom from disputes. aman. Then we have blessing. Blessing is a divine sanction. What is a divine sanction? It's even more difficult than the word itself. Divine is something from above, from God, something holy, and sanction means अता करना किसी चीज का. The divine sanction is रहमत. Mankind is human beings. It's men, humans, bani nu insan. Then we have gentle. Gentle means kind. Gentle means not violent or rough. Nurm. Saintly. Saintly means to be saint like. वली की तरह, औलिया की तरह, बुजुर्गाना. Saintly, बुजुर्गाना, औलिया की तरह, saint like. Then we have shrines. What is a shrine? A shrine is a sacred place. Sacred is holy place, which is dedicated to a specific ancestor, a hero, a martyr, or a saint. In Urdu, it is dargah or mazar. Then we have tombs. Tombs. Tomb means a grave. Makbara, kabar. Saints are glorified souls. Glorified means dignified souls. Wali. Lovingly is an adverb. If you do something lovingly, you're doing it admiringly, adoringly, affectionately, ulfat se, pyar se, mohabbat se. Then we have devotees. Who are devotees? Devotees are admirers. Admirers, per star, fans. Okay? And we have descendants. Descendants means offsprings, aulad. Now let's start reading the second lesson, which is Shah Abdul Latif. It's at page number 7 in your books. Open page number 7 in your books if you haven't already opened it. So let's start the paragraph. Islam is the religion of peace. Islam is the religion of peace. Underline this thing, peace. Islam is the religion of peace. God sent the Prophet. God sent the Prophet as a blessing to mankind. Which Prophet? The last Prophet, the Prophet, peace be upon him. God sent Prophet as a blessing to mankind. Rahmat to mankind, इंसानों के लिए. He won people's heart. To win heart means दिल जीत लेना. He won people's heart by his kind nature and gentle ways. His noble example. His noble example. Whose noble example? Holy Prophet, peace be upon him's noble example, was followed by many of his followers in all ages, all over the world. Holy Prophet's example was followed by many of Holy Prophet's followers in all ages, all over the world. मतलब हर वक्त में, in all ages mean हर वक्त में, हर दौर में. It was through the efforts of these saintly men. Which saintly men? The men who followed the examples of Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, those men. It was through the efforts of those saintly men that Islam spread far and wide. Dur dur tak, far and wide. Far and wide. Underline this idiom. These holy men were extremely successful in bringing non-Muslims to the folds of Islam. These holy men who followed the example of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, they were successful in spreading Islam. Okay? This is it about this paragraph. I've got some messages. Let's read them first. Beta, can you all hear me clearly? Please answer this. Okay, most of people can understand me clearly. So, Muhammad Salman, please check your internet connection. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the second paragraph. In every part of our country means in every part of Pakistan, there are shrines of such saints. Which saints? The saints who spread Islam far and wide in the world. Okay? In every part of Pakistan, there are shrines of such saints. In Lahore, underline this, in Lahore are the shrines of Data Ganj Bakhsh and Mia Mir Sahib. In Lahore are the shrines of Data Ganj Bakhsh and Mia Mir Sahib. In Pakpatan lived and died Baba Farid. In Pakpatan lived and died Baba Farid. So his shrine is there in Pakpatan. In Multan is the shrine of Ghaus Bahaul Haq. This is really important for you to understand and to memorize. Okay? In Multan is the shrine of Ghaus Bahaul Haq. In Peshawar, in Quetta, and in countless other towns and cities, there are tombs of these men of God. In Sindh are the tombs of two great saints, Shah Abdul Latif and Lal Shahbaz Kalandar. Kalandar Lal Shahbaz is also called Lal Shahbaz Kalandar, so it's fine. In these places, and the saints related to these places are very significant. You have to, you know, remember which saint belongs to which place. In terms of MCQs, in terms of objectives, and even in terms of question answers, these things are, they have their own particular importance. So this paragraph on its own is very important for you to memorize. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Third paragraph is the great Saint the great Saint Shah Abdul Latif, who is lovingly, pyar se, called Lal Latif by his devotees, was born in 1102 Hijra in a small village called Dhala Haveli. Shah Abdul Latif is called Lal Latif by his devotees. He was born in 1102 Hijra. This is Hijri Sal is mentioned. What is Hijra? Hijra is the event of migration of Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, from Makkah to Medina. Okay, 1102 years after the migration of Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, Shah Abdul Latif was born. Shah Abdul Latif was born where? In a small village called Hala Haveli. And what is Shah Abdul Latif lovingly called by his devotees? He is called Lal Latif by his devotees. Okay, the good Mughal emperor Aurangzeb then ruled the country. Who was the king at the time of Shah Latif's birth? Aurangzeb was the king, was the emperor at that time, at the time when Shah Latif was born. Okay, all these things are important. So if I emphasize on something, if I put emphasis on any information, if I, read it twice, that means it's important. And you have to memorize that thing. You have to be particular about that information given in the lesson. Then we have Shah Abdul Latif's ancestors migrated to Sindh during the days of Tamerlane. Underline this. During the days of Tamerlane, Shah Abdul Latif's ancestors, they migrated to Sindh. They had come from where? They had come from Hijrat. They had come from Hijrat. Sindh was then, उस जमाने में, Sindh was then a center of Muslim culture, and Shah Abdul Latif's ancestors liked it so much that they decided to make it their home. Okay? But no one would have remembered their names or learnt about them if many centuries later, century is 100 years, sadi, if काफी सदियों बाद कोई भी उनके बारे में ना जानता, किनके बारे में? Shah Latif's ancestors. If, agar, many centuries later, one of their descendants, one of their offsprings, Shah Sayyid Habib Shah, had not been blessed with a son who grew up to be Saint Lal Latif. Agar, काफी सदियों बाद, Sayyid Habib Shah had not been blessed with a son who grew up to be Saint Lal Latif. So this paragraph shows that the name of Shah Abdul Latif's father was Sayyid Habib Shah. It's also important, underline the name. And what they have tried to say in this paragraph is that the uh, ancestors of Shah Abdul Latif were not natives of Sindh. They had migrated from Hijrat during the days of Tamerlane, and nobody would have nobody would have remembered about them or learned about them. उनके बारे में जानते भी नहीं अगर many centuries later, काफी साल बाद, one of their descendants, उनके offsprings में से एक, what was the name of the offspring? Sayyid Habib Shah had not been blessed, को बेटा नहीं हुआ होता. कौन सा बेटा? Who grew up to be Shah Latif, Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai. Okay, is this paragraph clear? Is there anything that you want to ask me? Beta, there is one thing that I want to make clear. Only Hijri years are mentioned in this lesson. Only Hijri years of date, year of birth, and Hijri year of death of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai is given in this lesson. But it is important for you to know the English year of birth and English year of death of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai, because it is asked in your exams. You will also find it in your 5 year. But for now, I am this is your task. You have to find this out in the 5 minute break that I'll give you. Okay, after first half of the lecture, I'll give you a 5 minute break, and it's your task to find out English year of death and English year of birth of Shah Abdul Latif. Is that clear? Should we move on to the next paragraph? The next slide. Beta, Miss, can I log in with another ID because my phone battery is okay? Fine, Khadija, you may log in with the other ID. And devotee is a fan, somebody who has ardent love, passionate love for a person is a devotee of that person. Descendant means offsprings, all aulad. Descendant means offspring, Barda, all aulad. Yes, M. Muhammad Salman. Sayyid Habib Shah is the name of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai's father. Okay? Is that clear? Let's move. Okay, this is it. Let's move on to the next slide. But before we study the rest of the paragraphs, let's read the difficult words in those paragraphs. We are going to read paragraph number 4 and paragraph number 5 now. It's at page 9. Paragraph 3 and paragraph 4 and paragraph 5 from page 9. And these are the difficult words from those paragraphs. First word is sensitive. First word is sensitive. Sensitive means emotional about something, or फौरन असर ले लेने वाला किसी भी चीज का. Then we have aroused. Arouse is past participle of arise. Arise means to excite something, to ignite something. किसी चीज को जगाना, बेदार करना. It can be a feeling, it can be a thought. बेदार करना, जगाना किसी चीज को. To compose. To compose means to build, to create, to make. तरतीब देना, बनाना. Then we have scholar. Scholar is a learned person. A learned person, adjective. When learned is an adjective, it's pronounced as learned. Okay, a learned person is alim. We have acquire. Acquire means to develop, to get, to achieve. हासिल करना किसी चीज को. They have devotion. Devotion is feelings of ardent love. Ardent love means passionate love, aflamed love, extreme love. Devotion, shadid mohabbat, shadid aqidat, purjosh aqidat is devotion. Then we have restless. To be restless means to be anxious, बेकरार होना, बेआराम होना. We have domestic. Domestic means private, घरेलू, or belonging to one place. That is domestic, regular, everyday. Then the last difficult word from these two paragraphs is mound. Mound is a small hill, pahari, choti pahari, or tila in Urdu. Is that clear? Let's start reading. Shah Latif had a very sensitive mind. Shah Latif had a very sensitive mind. His heart was soon filled with the love of God. बहुत जल्द. His heart was soon filled, बहुत जल्द, filled with the love of God. The beauty of nature aroused his feelings strongly. The beauty of nature aroused his feelings strongly. Looking at the nature, he was so provoked, he was so excited that he started feeling spiritually, and the feelings were very strong, that he connected himself towards God. While he was only a boy, during his boyhood, while he was only a boy, he started composing poetry. He started composing poetry, and poetry that he composed was in praise of, mostly it was in praise of God, because he was connected to God, and his connection was strong. His connection with God was really strong, that he started composing poetry in praise of God. He was also keen on acquiring knowledge, and he grew up to be a scholar of Arabic and Persian. These are languages, okay? Arabic, Arabi Zaban, Persian, Farsi Zaban. He was so keen on acquiring knowledge, वो बहुत ज़्यादा पुरजोश थे knowledge gain करने में. And he grew up to be a scholar. और बड़े होके वो क्या बने? आलिम of Arabic and Persian, अरबी और फारसी ज़बान के. When he was only 20 years old, he got married to a noble and good lady. When he was 20, he married a noble and good lady. At the age of 20 years, he got married to a good lady. He showed great kindness to his wife and lived at home for many years. When he got married, he was very kind and very gentle towards his wife. And he lived with his life and his family, with his wife and his family, for many years at his own home. But his heart, however, turned more and more towards religion. His heart turned more and more towards religion and devotion, and he felt restless in living a normal domestic life. He felt restless, and he felt that he should spend most of his time in prayer and devotion towards God. When his father died, when his father died, Shah Latif left his home. He left his home and went to live on a mound at some distance from his village. Okay? He left his home when his father died and went to live on a mound. Mound is a small hill. And went to live on a mound at some distance from his village. A mound of sand is called bhit in Sindhi. Underline this line. A mound of sand, choti pahadi, tila, is called bhit. In which language? Sindhi language. Due to the fact that he lived on this mound for the rest of his life, Shah Abdul came to be known as the Saint of Bhit. because Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai, after death of his father, he left his home and went to live on a mound. A mound is called Bhit in Sindhi, and because of that, Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai came to be known as the Saint of Bhit. Underline this thing. To this day, आज की तारीख तक, to this day, अब तक, he is famous, बहुत ज़्यादा popular, मशहूर. To this date, he is famous all over the country as Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai or Shah Latif of the Mount. This is English translation of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai. Is this paragraph clear? If there is any questions that you people want to ask, you are welcome to ask me through chat. Please ask anything that you people want to ask via chat option. But now I'm going to give you, yes, I have a question. Let's see what it is. Everything is clear, Josefa? Fine. Beta, now I am going to give you a 5-minute break. In that 5-minute break, your task is to find out English year of death and English year of birth of Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. And after 5 minutes, I'll start the meeting. And you've already found it, M. Salman. That's great. But I have to anyway give you a 5-minute meeting. Sorry, 5-minute break. And after 5 minutes, when I'll rejoin the meeting, when I'll start the part of the meeting, you people are supposed to join me as soon as you can, because admitting all the children and then waiting for them, it's time taking and I don't want to waste any more time. Okay, so Allah Hafiz for the first part, and then I'll start the meeting after 5 minutes. Okay, Allah Hafiz.